Ready, set, hunt.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another football-filled weekend, and this is the Weekend Zone. I am your host, Britt Johnson. You guys can follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson.
It's your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K.
What's up, everybody? It's Jackie Ray. You can follow me everywhere at JRay the Fanatic.
Now, this week is kind of bittersweet for me. I'm glad football is back, but I am sad because we will see our first start without Dak Prescott. Now, Dak Prescott got hurt last week. He had a compound fracture, and it was pretty gruesome. Everybody was really sad, and I thought this one tweet in particular was very sweet. It was from Gordon Hayward, who was injured. We remember the injury he had, and he said, "After my injury, hearing from YG Trace, a guy who had been through it, made a huge difference. Dak, if there's anything I can do to help, don't hesitate to reach out. You're not alone." So I think this was like super cool because we know Dak Prescott had kind of, already been going through some issues, and we know how bad Gordon Hayward's injury was, and then Paul George before that, and for them to kind of continue to reach out to each other in those moments, and then now just switch sports, so moving from basketball over to football, and him to reach out to him like that, I thought was pretty dope. Chris, what were your thoughts about just the injury and all the outpour of like tons of athletes from all walks of life reaching out to Dak Prescott this week?
Thought it was dope. Fan base as well. We can talk and say what we want to say about the team itself, but when it comes to the players, no one ever wants to wish anything like that upon anybody, regardless of who it is and who the quarterback is. So it was really cool to see. And I love what Gordon Hayward did, paying it forward the same way that happened with him, with Paul George, who came in, reached out to him and doing the same thing. I thought that was really cool. Like, it doesn't matter. Not the same sport. Doesn't matter. Humans are humans. People are people. And he was there for him. I think that was really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, moving on to something else with football that, this one has been something Jackie's kind of been talking about doing like a week 18 for the NFL season, and just kind of pushing stuff back a little bit just to make sure all the games get completed. Well, this week, Roger Goodell was actually asked about the Super Bowl, if the Super Bowl was going to get delayed. And this is what he had to say on the NFL Network. He said, if there's one consistent theme to our season, it's flexibility and adapting. So we definitely know that the season has been kind of crazy so far. We this week had our second Tuesday night football game in 70 years because of COVID. We did not have Thursday night football this week as well. We had a game, that Patriots game that was supposed to be played last week is actually going to be played this Sunday. So that's kind of pushing back so many people's schedules and stuff like that. Jackie, what are your thoughts on what Roger Goodell had to say about the Super Bowl possibly getting pushed back? And then also he did mention that he wants the teams to take more accountability as far as COVID, but do you think now it's time for the NFL to step in and just make a mandate across the board for all 32 teams?
Yeah, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The NFL doing this wait and see thing wasn't a real plan. This COVID has wreaked havoc over the whole country for quite some time, so you should have planned for that. The flexibility thing is fine, but if you would have planned properly, you could have probably already had some set days aside so that if things go awry, you'll have that wiggle room instead of trying to figure it out on the fly. I think that's a terrible plan. And they should have stepped up, made it mandatory for teams to do certain things. Like I said before, all they really said was, hey, wear a mask and do these protocols during your practice. That leaves a whole gamut of other things where they can possibly get the virus. And so for the NFL to say now, maybe we should have, it's just behind the eight ball. It's just the NFL being the NFL. It was failing to plan is always going to end in disaster. And I think that's what we're seeing.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it's funny that I'm telling, everybody on coaching staffs and stuff like that during training camp to wear masks, because clearly that was something that was not done, because we fast forward to the games and coaches were not able to get through games wearing a mask. So at that time, they should have already been very comfortable wearing a mask, because they should have been wearing a mask for the whole 5 weeks before that. So very interesting. Yeah. Obviously, we probably only saw masks from the Chargers and the Rams just because they were on show. So
right.
Nobody else, when they didn't have the cameras in the building, they were not wearing masks. But that is it for honorable mentions. What you have for us, Chris, with Athlete Trash Talk?
Yes, today's athlete trash talk is starting off from someone who's not an athlete, but someone who's very close to this athlete. And we have Stephon Gilmore's wife, who is coming out after Adam Schefter, who had a report that she is saying was not necessarily true. Now, we know that Cam Newton was one of the players that had tested positive for the Patriots, which led to that game being pushed to when it was pushed Monday last week. And then we also found out, we had the whole debacle of Stephon Gilmore hugging Patrick Mahomes, and then 2 days later finding out that he too tested positive for COVID-19. And Adam Schefter had made a report that Friday that the two, Cam Newton and Stephon Gilmore, were out having dinner together, and Gabrielle Gilmore was not a fan of that report. She went on a tweet rampage talking about all kinds of things, all kinds of reports and whatnot. We saw this person, Doug Kai, tweet out, it wasn't just talk when Bill Belichick said the health and safety of the Patriots was his number one priority last week, where she responded to that saying, there was no dinner out. I'm going to help you out so you guys can stop reporting the fake news. Talking about the Adam Schefter news. She then continued going off after all kinds of people, talking about how saying that she's the most accurate news source in New England. She's going after guys like Adam Schefter who reported stuff like that. She said, I've seen it circulated a couple times now, and now I'm annoyed. She continued by saying, I need my own talk show if you're allowed to do those terrible takes and still have listeners, LOL. And to be honest with you, if anybody would know, I would think it would be wifey who would know the situation was happening on Friday. So I'm going to side with her. I know Adam Schefter is somebody who checks a lot of boxes and is normally on point with a lot of these things, but I'm just going to say on this one, look, if wifey's saying that it didn't happen, I'm going to have to co-sign her. And I'm with the second tweeter that said that she must be the best reporter in New England because she, like I said, she would definitely know what's going on with Stephon Gilmore. So yeah, I'm going to co-sign that one.
Of the wives club out there, and she's like, listen, I keep a track on all the husbands, so no, they did not go to dinner.
There was no dinner. He was at home eating Popeyes.
Lovecraft Country or something. They probably had a date night, and then you can't be on a date night with me and out with Cam Newton as well. That's not how that went.
Yep. And then we have another football wife, well, not really, but somebody who's really close to Dak Prescott, and that is Dez Bryant. We know the relationship between those two have always been close from, when they were playing together. I sure did, because the way he came in and defended Dak Prescott was very close.
He's not retired yet. My guy is not retired yet.
No shade. It's just their relationship. They are very close, and I was just pointing out to that. But yes, Dez Bryant is saying, he's actually saying what I was saying. I'm not even a Cowboys fan. I echoed this statement too, and I'm with Dez Bryant on what he had said here, but like Britt talked about at the top of the show, Dak Prescott went through that terrible injury, which led to a series of tweets, like we said, from a bunch of players. But Dez Bryant, who started off by tweeting out saying, "My effing heart just dropped," as you'd expect. But the next tweet was the one that a lot of people had some questions or had some thoughts about, and I kind of agree with Dez Bryant. He said, Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, y'all make sure y'all take care of Dak if he can't play again. And I agree the same way because, outside of, the tears that he was shedding on the field, definitely I'm sure he was upset because he was on the field. We were talking about the leadership and stuff like that. But he's also got to be upset because of the series of unfortunate events that was just going on for Dak Prescott this season, and one of those being the contract negotiations as well. So I agree. I'm 100% with Dez Bryant on this one. I understand that they were the initial ones to give him a contract, and he decided to deny that. But at the same time, Dak Prescott still put his career on the line to still play with this team the way he did this season. So I'm with Dez on this one. That's just me personally. Britt, you're the Cowboys fan. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that tweet live. I remember when he tweeted it, and I'm pretty sure I either retweeted it or liked it or something, because I definitely agree. And I love how in all caps, we know what all caps on Twitter means. So yeah, he was not playing, and I think he's 100% correct on that one for sure.
Yep. I co-sign as well. All right, Jackie. So we had some football wives. Okay, not really Dez Bryant, not wife, but we had some comments over here in the football world. Please tell us you got some good clapbacks for us.
So I've decided I might need to revamp this segment because the claps are just terrible. Like, I've been trying to give them golf claps.
We were getting a little laugh.
Yeah,
I'm giving up. I'm giving
up
on these people. Look, I even went to the held for review comments because that's where all the expletives comes. I was like, I'm gonna find me some good ones. Not even in there. But let's get to what we got. All right, so this first one says, this one's on the LeBron James caught yelling at Kyle Kuzma, and it says, if I want to watch women talk about something they know nothing about, I'll just watch ESPN. Yeah.
Is that a shot at us or ESPN? I'm gonna let you guys help me with that one. What was that?
It's not you at all. It's a shot at me.
You right.
And again, it's a person who doesn't even show their face. So it literally could be a woman trying to throw shade at other women.
Who hurt you, my guy? Or sis? Who hurt you?
Yeah. It's all right. Let's get this next one up here, Dave. All right, this one is on the Odell Beckham suggests Bronny got grounded and says, damn, Fumble, y'all just come up with anything at this point. This one I'm not too mad at because I didn't like covering the Bronny smoking weed thing so much because I want to see, but it's
what is he? But he in the video in the live stream, Odell was blatantly hinting that he thinks that he was making a joke on it.
Yeah, I did this video. This was not a what do you call it? Reading kind of like this was not fake news.
Right.
We did not
exactly.
No, in the story, I'm just like, well, this is what Odell said. I don't know. I think he's at least grounded. Yeah. What do you guys think? And how long should he be in trouble for? Blah, blah. But I was just.
I think people miss that when your last name is James and you're the son of LeBron James. If you sneeze too hard in the grocery store, that's probably going to be news because that's just the legacy you come from. All right. Up next, we got. Exactly. Keep that same energy. This one's for you, Britt. Britt is on the Fumble acting like her team Clippers didn't get a whoop ass from the Nuggets. LOL.
Old news. Right? Tell them to get out 3 weeks ago.
On a brand new video.
The Clippers have not been in it for a while now. And also now officially basketball is over. Next topic.
Move on, champ. Move on.
Get on my Cowboys. Right. We have enough to talk about with my Cowboys. Let's move on.
Exactly. All right. This one is, they are very, very, very desperate for content. Y'all see why I want to revamp this segment? Do you
These are so bad. Oh my God. Yeah, these are bad.
All right, so
it's weird because it's it's kind of good because that must mean we're so great that you guys don't have negative stuff to say about us. But when you do say something, it's we've already heard it,
I mean, and I even go in and y'all know I got time, and sometimes I be trying to instigate the clapbacks, and they still don't come.
That's even worse. Oh my God!
All right. That's all I got.
Before we get out of here, our games of the week. I'll kick off this with game of the week, which is going to be the Bucks and Packers game. It's just because it's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and I think both of them have something this season. Aaron Rodgers because his team traded up in order to get another quarterback, and then obviously Tom Brady because this is his first season without Bill Belichick. Obviously, I am an Aaron Rodgers girl, and I'm going with the Packers to win this one, but I think it'll be a great game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm co-signing that one for sure for obvious reasons. But the one I am going with is the Steelers versus the Browns. We are getting a not really rematch because Mason Rudolph won't be playing. I'm sure Steelers fans are just fine with that. But in the same breath, both of these teams are 4-1. Jackie wouldn't. If you asked Jackie, she would not have believed us if I told you Week 6 the Browns would be 4-1. Both of these teams are 4-1 right now. Ben Roethlisberger's been playing great. The whole Steelers team has been playing great, and the Browns. The whole team has been playing great, so I'm excited to see this too in this division rivalry right now. That'd be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this game's actually too because they obviously go against each other a lot. So Ben Roethlisberger is 22-2-1 against the Browns. So he lost twice against the Browns in his whole entire career. And this
no pressure,
could
Baker.
be it.
Right.
At number 3
no
that.
I'm going for the Browns, regardless of all the trash I've talked. I wanted them to be kings of the North. So if they can do this one, I'm going to stop calling them purgatory. I'm just going to.
There you go.
Call
Okay, hey, that's a big deal, Browns. You better win.
Wow.
That is a big deal.
This game will change it all for you, Cleveland.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
All right. My game of the week is the Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills, and this one is a big deal for me because both teams are 4-1. We know all the hype that goes around Patrick Mahomes, but I think people are starting to sleep a little too much on Josh Allen. So I don't know. I think this is going to be a big game. If he can come out there and get this win, I think he solidifies the respect that he deserves, and we got to look at Buffalo a little different. So I'm actually I don't want to say pulling because I want Patrick to win, but as far as my betting life, I'm going for the Bills.
And you guys know Le'Veon Bell joined as the new member of the Kansas City Chiefs. So I don't know if he's going to be in this weekend. Probably not. But it's interesting that he's going to be on this team. And then if the Chiefs end up going down 2 games, like losing 2 in a row, I think that's going to be huge for them too. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the weekend. Let us know who you have for your best games to check out this weekend. We want to make sure we have the best games to watch this weekend because we can't watch them all. And we will see you guys next weekend on the Weekend Zone. Dun, 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 dun.